Francophone, 2 fois président, passer le pouvoir à un anglophone. Si on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'aventure? Ah, mais c'est le président. Un pauvre qui vote ou celui qui l'a rendu pauvre. Si on était bien au pays, est-ce qu'on allait prendre la route de l'étranger? Ah, mais c'est le président. Au Sénat, il y a un vieux, wonderful. À la présidence, il y a un vieillard. Dans tout le gouvernement, il n'y a que des gens prennent le chemin de la Libye pour devenir des esclaves. Les gens prennent la route du désert pour entrer en Europe. Good day, the beautiful people of the Cameroons, most especially to the beautiful people of British Cameroon and the beautiful people of La République du Cameroon. Once more, today, I have come to give this party political broadcast on behalf of British Cameroon National Party. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Maitre Mola Alex Diveli Singer. And today, I want to talk about a review of the plight of the Anglophone, the plight of British Cameroonians, the people who are from this geographical location in the northwest and southwest region of the Cameroons. I understand there are a lot of people who have just come in this, some let me call it, struggle of British Cameroonians. I've often made this time and again that people should understand that why we as a country, the people of British Cameroons, we come under that geographical space. Against all odds, we still have different beliefs. We still have different custom and tradition. Those are certain things that some political actors have failed to understand as British Cameroonians. Because the country that we are in today was created by Britain and France. We were not part of it. Forget about the so-called independence. We were not part of it. The original independent day in La République du Cameroun was in 1955. I'm sure most of you don't know that, you'll be surprised. Because you had people like Ernest Wanji, Umniobe, Felix Mumi, and other people from La République du Cameroun. They declared their independence in 1955. It's called La Proclamation. La Proclamation. That's their real independent day. The one in 1960 was a fix by France. They came, they killed all these nationalist leaders. Then they put people like Aijo, the Paul Biya, and the rest, you know them. So if we have to rewrite our own history, you see all these things they call that La République had this independence. And is it 1st January 1960? They never had their independence. That's a fictional independence by the colonialists. If you want independence, you don't need to negotiate with the colonialists. Like the NX, Wanji, Umniobe, they declared their independence. America declared their independence. Britain did not give them independence. French, Germany, you declare your independence and tell the colonialists to walk away. Once as they negotiated with you, it's not independence. So that's what we should know. However, let's go back to our topic of today. I want to review the Anglophone plight, the Anglophone struggle. Today I see a lot of our brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers. We call ourselves our English culture, we want it back. Unfortunately, a lot of people, they don't understand that culture. They mistake their culture, their tradition with that of the English culture. I'm sure some of you should not find it offensive if I say, as an Anglophone, born in Boya, Bakwarian, my culture is different from a lot of other Anglophones, including Francophones. My culture is different. And that my culture is the culture of tolerance. In FACO, we tolerate people a lot. We believe that people have differences of opinion. I might disagree with the CPDM, the SDF, but I wouldn't call them blackleg enablers. I wouldn't do that because it is their opinion. Insofar as I disagree with you, I will say my own side of the story. You see, this idea of unity is a La République language. I cannot say all of us in British Cameroon, we must unite and eat kwakoko. That's division. If you want unity, you should say everyone should eat their traditional meal. That's unity. So we should be careful when we use this word unity. I understand the reason we have political parties is because we are different. We have different beliefs and opinions. That is why we have political parties. So when I see people, they treat Anglophones as if it's a political party, it's a disgrace. Because if you look as early as 1950s, coming to 1960s, until now, I will say it, some of you Anglophones, you might not like it. Most of you don't understand politics, Anglophones. They are intolerant. The reason I'm making this quite clear, if you believe in something, go ahead and look for people that you have the same or similar ideology and do whatever you want to do with them. I'm not a member of the CPDM political party, but an Anglophone will sit, oh, all the members of CPDM, they should what? They should resign. Are you in CPDM? How can you tell them to resign? If you want them to resign, this is what you do. You organize yourself, you stand for local election and take all the parliamentary seats. That's how you do it. They are not in your political party. We have been making these mistakes since the days of the Munas and Fonchas and Endeli. The same mistakes. Insofar as I don't agree with the La République political parties, but they are more organized, smarter and intelligent than us when it comes to politics. You will never hear Bello Bubai telling Jean Didier Momo that, oh, we should come together, one political party or one this thing, because they are different. You will never hear Chiruma telling Paul Biya to leave this or this party to stop your own political party. No, we have political parties because we are different. I can belong to a different political party, but because I agree with another political party, because we share the same policies in environment, so we can come together on environment, but we are not together. We come just on that one policy. If we agree on educational policy or the form of a state, we can come and discuss that. Whenever there is that policy of maybe education, environment will come together under one umbrella. We talk about it. Then after that, we go our separate ways. A lot of people today, they talk about activism. They mix everything. They mix trade union with activism. They mix it with political party. That's the problem with us. If I'm a trade union leader. I'm not a politician. Trade union leaders, their objective is to fight for the right of workers. So when the trade union leaders and some students, they were beaten by the forces of La République du Cameroun, I'm an activist. We started protests, few of us, about 10 of us in London. Some of us, we slept in front of the Cameroon High Commission as activists. Activisms are people who want political and social changes. If you're fighting a war, you're killing people, you're fighting other people, you're not an activist. Activists, they don't go around killing people. They can protest, they can talk on social media, they can do picketing, all those things. That's activism. If you're fighting war, using arms, killing people, making places ungovernable, kidnapping for ransom, you're not an activist. So we should distinguish these things. We should. Because, to me, yes, some Anglophones will say we have gone to school, the English system. We don't have the British system in the Cameroons. It doesn't exist. We don't have it. Once as you are intolerant, what people do in British Cameroons, Northwest and Southwest region, what they do, they use their culture of intolerance. If you don't join me, you are an enabler, you are a blackleg, you are a sellout. One thing I will tell you, in the early 1990s, when we're fighting our cause for the Anglophone struggle, were very few of us. Very few of us. We used to go to different parts of the Cameroons. Sometimes we'll go to Tarikun Park, we talk to people, we sit in front of, we go to Nkwen Park, we go to, the first time I went to Ngembo, went to Mbeng between the square, we stand and talk to people. We're not calling people black legs. We're not forcing people to join us. So some people sit today, oh, the Anglophone struggle have gained momentum. No, we started it. When you plant something, it takes time to grow. And again, then I was a teenager. I understood that we had people like Dr. Munzu, Dr. Anyangwe, Pandi, Barrister Elat, Abel Mukon, and other people. We used to follow them. We did not used to say, I'm a leader. I would never come before Abel Mukon or Pandi, who used to be in Cow Street, or other people, Dr. Munzu, Mr. Zuma, for other people who were in the Anglophone struggle. I was a teenager. I followed them. But today, Anglophones, they promote themselves. If I call myself Maitre Mola Alex Divel-Lisinge, the leader of British Cameroon National Party, it means I've learned for more than 35 years. I've followed people. I've been a follower. But today, those who come today, they say Anglophone leader, Anglophone, they are destructor. You cannot just come. Something that have been going on, you're a sangalong, you jump in front of people. I've learned. I understand the international community. I understand the laws. And that is why I'm able to operate without breaking any law, whether it's war rules or whether it's current laws in any country. Nobody will bring one video and put it here and say, Maitre Mola Alex Divel-Lisinge, this is what you said. It is against the law. Ever since I was a teenager, because I know what I'm doing. Today, most people say, oh, we have made the struggle, it has become popular. Who created the Cameroons? It's not the people in that geographical space in Africa, Rio de Cameroons. It was not us. Who created Cameroons? It's Britain and France under the United Nations. So how can you come and explain to a mother how to give birth? Somebody, Britain and France, they are the parent of that countries. You're coming to explain to them. It has become international. Everybody knows. Israel, Gaza, They know that thing is international. What have changed? They are still killing people there. I've made this statement time and again. We should fight with sense. There's the English value. And what is the English value? We have English value. If you want to fight for that country called British Cameroon that have been annexed, find out what is the British values. Keep your country tradition. Where you force all man must stay for one group, all man must do that. That's your culture. It's not English values. In English values, you don't force everyone to be under one umbrella. There's a theory that they say some people, they grow up in a compound. Some people, they grow in a house. When you grow up in a compound, everything, we're compound, we must do everything to get that the same. When you grow up in a house, you have that individual liberty. That's English, British values. I will remind you again what is British value. Either we fight for British value or you fight for your culture. Don't force me to be with you. I don't force you to be with me. Before I talk about British value, if I ask, what have we achieved since 2016, 17, 18, going around killing our own people? What have we achieved? I need to have that debate. I know whether it's La République people and Anglophones, they are scared to have that debate. I'm open to debate with any person, regardless of your political ideology. I don't mind. I can debate with everybody. That's why I go to any television station. If CRTV calls me, I will go there. You know, they don't call us there because it's for chop people their money. If CRTV say Metro Alex, they say, come and debate us, I will go there. I debate with everybody. I have to make my point. But there are these people who try to make sure that they suppress other people not to talk. That's not English culture. I'm asking, let's say the so-called war have been going for 8 years. How has it helped us? I will tell you, since the early days of 1990, what we achieved without using violence. Because Rome was not built in a day. The Anglophone problem is a step-by-step problem. It is small catchy monkey, I've often said. But people want knee-jerk reaction. You want result today. But you're doing the wrong things. You don't know how to fight. I'll tell you what we have achieved. Our activism, since when I was a teenager. Mr. Biya did not get up from one morning and say, hey, come and take multipartism. We fought, we protest, we have it. Yes, it's in theory, but it's there. GCE board, we fought. Theory, protest, we did not use gun. It is there. Whether it's not perfect, that's how you fight. And it was not about Anglophone, Francophone. We fought with our Francophones, brothers and sisters. When you're fighting for social change, for political change, it's not Anglophone, Francophone. They are values. Do you believe in justice and equality? That's what you look at. You don't care whether it's a Nigerian, whether it's from Burkina Faso. If a Burkina Faso person sees the plight of an Anglophone and says, I want to join them, you don't need to stop it. You should not be fighting an Anglophone fight because you're an Anglophone. If that's why you're fighting it, then you're not an activist. Then you're not genuine. Then you don't have conviction. You should fight it because you like justice and equality. When I leave my house in London, I go to central London to protest on what is happening in Gaza. It's not because I'm from Palestine. It's because it's my conviction of justice and equality. That's what Anglophones they should be doing. It's not Francophone, Anglophone. Because if it's Francophone, Anglophone, look at all the Anglophones who have been ministers, majority, top government officials. They are worse than Mr. Biya. Nepotism is the order of the day. Look at them. The top Anglophones. Since 1961, look at them when they were in office. Nepotism, until today. They are still doing it. So the problem is not whether you're an Anglophone or Francophone, it's your values. As I said, when I went out of conviction, we were invited to come to the national dialogue. It was to talk about what? the situation in Northwest and Southwest. That's British Cameroon. That's what was written on the envelope or the invitation. A lot of people, all of us were invited. Today people talk about inclusive dialogue. Inclusive dialogue. It was inclusive, but people were afraid. They were cowards. They were afraid to go to the Cameroons. I went there. I was ready to face the La République government. I'm not afraid for somebody to arrest me. I'm not. I can go to Cameroon every day. They will only refuse me not to enter that country before I won't enter. I'm not afraid. I know what I'm doing. Since, April, May 2017, I made it clear. When most of you used to call yourselves Kakuf, I've always stood against violence. I'm the first person who said, no, this war, as some of you call it, will take us nowhere. Because it's about what? Making Northwest and Southwest ungovernable. Who is suffering? Our people. It's to break prison and make sure that criminals they come out of prison and start harassing our people. How many of you knew about war crimes before you started the so-called war? I've been singing war crimes from day one. And now, some of you are panicking. You're changing your language now. Oh, don't kill our civilian. Who asked you that? Do you know what is war? War is against a paramilitary, against a government. It has got nothing to do with civilian. Lockdown is war crime. Civil disobedience is different. When you force people, you threaten them to do ghost town. That is a war crime. When I was in the Cameroons, we used to do ghost town. Nobody was forcing us. Nobody was forcing us. And after each time, you keep on making these mistakes that you have been doing since 1966. The Muna and Foncha mistakes, you're still doing the same thing today. And if you ask, oh, it's Mr. Bia. So one Mr. Bia, one man is the person who is giving all of us this trouble. We should be honest. Mr. Bia have got his own part. But we know the problem is France. And at the end of this party political broadcast, I will tell you how we can solve the problem. The problem is France. Remove Mr. Bia today, nothing will change in the Cameroons. We saw Macron went to Chad and put somebody there. Put a president. It's a French culture. If today Mr. Bia is not president, they put another person there, nothing will change. Because we don't want to face the facts. We like the blame games. We don't take our responsibility. Some of you say, oh, they are using our natural resources. They are doing it. Are you fighting for natural resources or you're fighting for equality and justice? When you came on earth. You came from your mother's womb. You came with natural resources. I'm not fighting for natural resources. Singapore had no natural resources. But look at Singapore today. Look at Singapore. Natural resources does not develop a country if you don't know how to use it. So it's very important to know what we are fighting for. I sacrificed as a teenager to fight for what? Individual liberty. Those are the British values. That's what I'm fighting for. Individual liberty. That's to protect your rights and the rights of others. So I know my rights. I might say, I don't like CPDM. Somebody will say, I like CPDM. I might say, I don't want CPDM. I don't like the ideology. Somebody say, I like it. It is their right. You have no choice. Do your own. I do my own. That is individual liberty. Your right to swing your fist ends where my nose begins. So whatever opinion you have or your own right, that is your right. Your right ends where my own right starts. That's individual liberty. That's what we should be fighting for. You can never say, oh, let's wait after the war before we become, we have that individual liberty. No, it starts now, that respect for individual liberty. As they say, those who are against the opinion of others are the problem in our society. If you look at somebody, oh, I don't like that Metro Alex singer. He thinks it's this. You are the problem. It's not Metro Alex singer. Do your own, I do my own. I can sit alone here and do activism. Like when Wazizi was tortured and killed. I did my activism as an individual. And I say, who next? It's there on my social media page. I say, after Wazizi, who next? And who next is who? Martinenzo. I saw longer tape or the video. I did my own. I sat here, made the video, criticize it. You can sit wherever you are, do your own. We don't need to come together to do that. What happened today? The UN Committee on Torture is talking about those torture. That's activism. So all this idea that you want people to come over you, you should keep this your culture. This your traditional culture. Some cultures in the Cameroon are civilized more than others. It's a fact. There are some places you go in the Cameroons, you feel free with everybody. They don't discriminate, whether you're a Nigerian, whether you're from which tribe, whether you're from Burkina Faso. They are different places. But there are some places in the Cameroons, you go there, you're in trouble. Some of us, we cannot go to other parts in British Cameroons. Why? Because some people are intolerant. And if you want to fight today, don't wait in future. You cannot say, oh, I am a thief. The day we have independence and British Cameroonians, I will stop being a thief. No, you're a thief. You should stop it now. Another British values, which we should be fighting for. The reason I'm challenging La République du Cameroun of their French institution, because I believe we have that individual liberty. It's not existing in La République. Dr. Endeli warned us. If you join these people, you will not see that individual liberty. You will not be able to talk. Then the next one, again, those values. Why British Cameroon National Party we are fighting for? Respect and tolerance. Look among British Cameroonians. Darkness cannot replace darkness. Darkness can only be replaced by light. Most of you don't respect other people's opinion. You're waiting. When we have independence, we have that country, that illusion that all of us will just suddenly start to respect everybody and tolerate everybody. No, if you cannot tolerate people today, whether you have that country in future, you will not tolerate people. If you can't do it now as I speak. I'm very tolerant. I accommodate other people's opinion because I was born in a culture, in a particular place in the Cameroons where we have that British values. Respect and tolerance means you understand that people have different beliefs. When some of you were SDF in the 1990s, I've never been a militant of SDF because I look at them. What are they telling? Suffer, don't finish. No manifesto for 30 years. One person running the party for 30 years. One person sacking all the brains in SDF for 30 years. Sacking everybody. And who was that one person? The chairman of SDF was who? He was a CPDM militant. So that CPDM is in their blood. Nobody was tolerated, maybe in northwest region of the Cameroons, to create a political party. Alaji Titafom created a political party. They burned the man. They killed him. Bangafo, because of Natural Comprehensive College, the SDF, they beat him. So SDF is behaving like Amber. All those people who used to be SDF, they are Amber today. Because they are doing the same thing SDF used to do in the 1990s. Progressive modern furniture lawyer, Sama, Madam Mundi, the house was burned. That's intolerance. If you want to change a country, you have to be that light. If the La République military, they are torturing people, you have to show them the civilized way of doing things. Our military, our police, they don't torture people. That's what you should be doing. I'm fighting for that respect and tolerance. If you cannot tolerate your opponent now, you will not do it when you have that country in future. You have to do it now. I don't have problem with other people's opinion. But in the British culture, when you have difference of opinion, we can meet on a TV station, we debate. That is the English culture. In the United Kingdom, it doesn't mean everybody doesn't agree. George Galloway is going left. Joe Corbyn is going this side. Nigel Farage is going this side. Everybody speaks what they want. It is their right. They do it because of respect and tolerance. If they don't follow those rules, there will be civil war in the United Kingdom because people respect each other and there's tolerance. They to the back. But in British Cameroon. Oh, we must be one. We must be under one. Are we what? Why should we be one? Do we have the same values? As I tell you, our ethnicities are so different sometimes that people take their ethnicities in British Cameroon and they want to impose it on others. I want to be free. I'm individual. Your opinion is an individual right. It's not collective right. If your culture tells you that all are right, we must think the same, keep that your culture where you come from and allow me to be free to express myself. That is my own culture in British Cameroon. We are not going to wait for independence. We want that tolerance now. Now, today, as I speak. Another part of this culture, which I'm fighting, British Cameroon National Party is fighting for, is the rule of law. Rule of law is there to create a safe and secure environment. But today, some of you are going around kidnapping for ransom, attacking civilians. I don't even know I was supposed to call my good friend, Dr. Lamba in America. I saw something that they went to Ndop. They abducted or kidnapped some students. Who are the people doing it? Anglophones. You're kidnapping civilians to make money. Then you say you're fighting war. For 8 years, I expected those of you fighting that war to be in Yaoundé today. Mr. Biya made it clear. If Yaoundé is breathing, it means Cameroon is fine. So you people can kill each other. They almost killed 1 million people in Rwanda. What happened? Is Rwanda not breathing today? You can kill everybody in Northwest. That country will still exist. Just a stupidity. Because at the end of this program, I will tell you, there's only one political party that have got the way, the light on how to solve the Anglophone problem. People have changed the goalposts. I've never changed the goalposts. I have my book. I wrote what I'm doing. It's close to 30 years ago. The last alternative, what hope for the Cameroons. My plan was there. I don't come and start changing. From CNU, Pamuna, Pafonja, we changed to SDF. We changed to what? Ambazonia. When Fongodi Dinka started Ambazonia in 1984, nobody was supporting him. So when this side failed, you jump. These people who fled. You fled from one place to another. Lack of conviction. The same people, they know themselves. That is why British Cameroon National Party is calling for ethno-cultural democracy. While we recognize the two countries that came together, each ethnicity, they must be autonomous because we don't want people to impose their intolerant culture on other people. We don't want it. We don't want it. If you are intolerant, stay for where you come from because we can have difference of opinion without killing each other. You cannot make your own place where you live in ungovernable. Then you go to other people's place and overcrowd it. If you make your place to be ungovernable, stay there. Stay there. It's very important. So the rule of law is to create a safe and secure environment. La République, we don't have that. That is why some of us in British Cameroon National Party, we are fighting La République politically, non-violently, because the environment is not safe there. They don't have any president. People, unelected people sit there, they govern the country. I don't know who have ever elected Ayulu Ongongo. I don't know who elected Atanganji. I don't know who elected Nalova. Who elected all those people who are, say they are minister. In most democratic countries, before you become a minister, maybe you have been a mayor, a parliamentarian, elected governor. They have elected you in one way or another. But these people, all of them governing us, nobody have elected them. Who elected Famdongo? He has never been elected in his life in any capacity. So unelected people are governing us. So we are fighting for the rule of law, for a safe and secure environment. And we hope that in British Cameroon National Party, our policy is that we will need politicians to run British Cameroons. We don't want civil servants to be running our country like in La République. So La République is free. We should respect, as we say, equal status. They should have all those their unelected governor deals in the French side. Then we have our elected people in our own side. Is it a big axe? Masabia, Are they ask too much? You know, plenty. It's just a small thing. You people like French culture, French, France, CFA. Una put them for our own side, una live for one side. Yeah, we feel live under one umbrella, but the system be different. I'm not a fan of federalism, because federalism, they will come and start talking about 10 states, 20 states. Who created those regions? We are not regions. We are ethnicities. Two countries came together. Those two countries, they must respect them. That 2 stars must come back. Say 2 countries came together. We want it back. And lastly, this value we are fighting about is democracy. You don't need to say, I will wait when I have a country before we have democracy. You don't need to. Some of you, oh, let's wait when we have independence, we'll have democracy. No. We need the democracy now as we speak, because there is no democracy in La République du Cameroon. Yeah? The president is what? Head of the judiciary. The president is head of Constitutional Council. The president is head of Elecam. So, no matter you go for 2025 election, they will still win. They are just wasting taxpayers' money. All these African leaders, whether it's in Rwanda, Kagame, or Uganda, they are the one. You just go and vote. The result is already there. Even if Maitre Alex Divelisinger wins, 90%, they will still say it's Mr. Biya wins. They just swap the paper. That's how they do it. The results are there. People are talking about 2025. We should be talking about the last 7 years. Assuming that you were elected, what have you done? Dirty our street, embezzle our money. You should be talking about your achievement. Why should somebody be having 7 years term? It's just like 2 terms in America. 7 years, 8 years is not different. 7 years, what for? Why do you want us to vote? To sell our country? To promote neo-colonialism? Why are you there? Why do you want to be a leader? Why do you want to be president? Why can Mr. Biya, why can Mr. Kamto, why can Akremuna and others, why can't you come and have a debate with British Cameroon National Party? I don't believe in people who say they want to be president of a country, but they cannot come and debate with British Cameroon National Party or other people. If you want to lead a country, let's have that debate on France CFA, on health, economic, on the Anglophone problem. Most of you go and sit in a TV, you want to talk alone. Invite Maitre Mola Alex, this guy. Let's have that debate. Monsieur Maurice Kamto, my lecturer, I want to have that debate with you. I have to have that debate with Diongute, Prime Minister. I want that debate with Paul Biya Ngongo. Let's debate. We are politicians if you want to be. Let's debate. If you cannot debate and you want to be a president, it means you're not good for anything. Why are you afraid to debate? Let's talk about health, transport, taxation, Cam Gate, Coffee Gate, Olembe Gate. Let's debate. The value we are fighting for means democracy. Democracy is not just election. It's a culture of freedom and equality. That's democracy, a culture where everyone is aware of their rights and responsibility. How many people in the Cameroons know their rights and responsibility? They will torture you. You will keep quiet. Lawyers, you don't go and see them. Take the case to court. Don't say, oh, if you go there, it's CPDM judge. It doesn't matter. If you're a lawyer, you go to a court, you have the evidence, you have the facts in front of a judge. The judge cannot, CPDM, they cannot turn water into wine. When I was young, I was growing up in Boya. People used to go to prison, top people. Responsible people, they used to go to prison. I don't need to call their name. I saw them. But today, it's man no man. Yes, but still take those cases. Democracy is about the culture of freedom, equality, where everyone is aware, you know your rights. How many of you know that a policeman cannot just come and arrest you like this? They cannot torture you. How many of you read your constitution? How many of you read your laws? You think that a policeman have got the right to ask you bribe? No. Do you think Mr. Biya have got the right to do everything in Cameroon? The constitution does not say President Paul Biya have a right to do whatever he wants to. The constitution is a social contract. We gave a limited power to the president or the government. Limited. Okay, make sure that you protect us, secure us with the police. Those are the rights we give. Make sure that you support us socially and economically. But the government is not carrying out its function. As I speak, The government of La République du Cameroon is illegitimate. Even if they elect you, you don't carry out your function. The people don't trust you anymore. It makes you what? It means you become illegitimate. They can vote you, and the people might say, we don't want you anymore. You spend only one term, they kick you out. In the United Kingdom, we have seen that. Prime Minister spent 40-something days. They changed them. You're not God. You run the country with a cabinet. They don't have a cabinet. I even saw something. SDF had their first convention in 7 years. In the United Kingdom, every year, all the political parties, they have their conferences. That is where they sit. They debate policy with their militant every year. But all political parties in La République, in the Cameroon, including the English one, they behave like La République. It's not in the Western world. It's not the president who sits alone and decide on manifesto. Members, paid members in political party, they sit, they debate, they talk about policies and manifesto, they come out with it. That's how they rule the country. One person cannot stand and say, go and tie the rope. The constitution of the Cameroon says they will use the resources of the country for the benefit of every individual. So if every individual, they don't have hospital, electricity, pipe-borne water, it means Mr. Biya government is not following the constitution. The constitution says Mr. Biya, the president, will secure the external and internal security. But we see it is their own forces torturing, beating citizens, which is contrary to the constitution of the Cameroon's Article 65. Go and read it. So the government of the Cameroons is a criminal organization. It's a criminal syndicate. When you beat your own people, government official, kill Martinez Zogo, Wazizi, that's a crime. So the government is a criminal syndicate. Embezzlement, corruption is a crime. So when you have Ondondo, Aba, Titus Ezwa, all those people, Mr. Biya put them in prison. It's cabinet. It means the government is a criminal syndicate. When you have a governor in the southwest region, the governor comes and says, let's terrorize the terrorists. Say, terrorism is a criminal offense. So a governor says, let's commit crime and kill Amber. What is that? It means it's a criminal organization. When a civil administrator says, let's use witchcraft and fight Amber, witchcraft, according to the penal code of La République du Cameroon law, witchcraft is a criminal offense. So, a DO or SDO is saying that let's commit crime to fight crime. So they are a criminal syndicate. You don't expect the Cameroons to move forward when you have people who don't know their own laws. This unelected governor, this colonial governor, colonial SDO, colonial DOs, all of them, they should be the one to enforce the laws. If they don't know what the law is, how can they enforce it? That's our problem, my brothers and sisters. The people who are supposed to enforce the law, they don't know the law. That's why they have made the constitution so tight. They are afraid of people like myself to come and challenge them. So they make the constitution so tight. If you're not their friend, you cannot be president. You cannot stand for presidential election. Huguenle, who was a French mathematician, stood for election there. You must be their friend to be presidential, to stand for election. They know people like us, we stand for presidential election, they will not win. They know. It's a fact. Mr. Biya, yes, he has stayed there as president for a long time, experience there. But those people are not good enough. Those civil servants, they don't know how to run the country. They don't know. They had no experience. They just put them there. And with time, they just sign, do whatever they want to do. Before you have a certain post in Western democracy, you must have experience. 20 years in politics, at least 15 to 20 years. But you just take a civil servant and put them in a position, they have nothing. In Cameroon, you go to Enam, spend 2 years, you are a magistrate, you start judge cases with no experience. In our English system, judges are lawyers who have had experience for a long time. So that's the system. And that's why we of British Cameroon National Party, we are saying that keep your institution, your failed institution, French money in La République du Cameroon, and let's have our own institution. That's not a big ask. So today, as I came here today to review all this entropy that's happening. People don't know each other. People see people, they are Anglophone on social media, they call each other's name. You don't sit on social media, you don't know somebody, you want to be with the person. Whether it's politics or whatever, you have to know the person. Physically, you have to know their character. I cannot sit on social media, I want to unite with a person I don't know. I know people back in the Cameroons who used to fight for Anglophone problem. I know them. We have been doing it. We used to do all this. I was not alone. I know those people. I know them. I know if they have probity and integrity. Because anybody today can come and stand on social media and talk. It doesn't mean you're right. People are there to have their views so that they should have views. They can start paying them. That's why some people are on social media. I'm not. That's not why I'm here. Most of my social media pages, these political enemies, they brought it down long ago. Each time you want to have, so let me say, it's just crazy. That's that intolerance among Anglophones. When they see you want to say something different, they report your pages so that they should bring it down. Intolerance. Then how can darkness replace darkness? We are fighting the regime of Mr. Biya and co, where there are other Anglophones in the regime there. We are fighting their intolerance. We are fighting them because we don't have individual liberty. Then they say you Anglophones, you go around and be reporting people to bring down social media. My brothers and sisters, when we started fighting Anglophone problem, there was no social media. So I don't care. Even if there is no social media, I will go and talk in BBC or Al Jazeera. I will go to another place and talk. I have different outings where I can talk. I don't need only social media or Facebook or YouTube. Reporting, I will still talk. Because some of us, we are more intolerant than Mr. Biya's government. If you believe in something, fight. Imagine, some of us Anglophone, the way we think. Imagine that you are acting like Jean-Jacques Rousseau, this French philosopher. Come and join me. Voltaire, come and join me. Jean-Jacques Rousseau, come and join me. No. There are some people who are thinkers, great thinkers, philosophers. They don't join groups. They sit and they think, they do things alone. There are some people who come together for a certain purposes. So that's how it works. So everybody cannot come together. I'm a thinker. I'm like a philosopher. I think. So I don't go and sit in a group and think. I can think an idea and put it out there, then groups or other people will use it. So everybody can never come together. It will never work. A nation is born out of what? Family, tribe, and so on. That's a nation. So at the end of the day, you need those individuals who think, who use their brains, who come up with ideologies. You don't ask them to come and join with you. If you join with them, you kill their brains. The reason today we have been annexed as Anglophones is this one size fits it all. If, when President Ahidjo said we are going to abolish all the parties in 1961 party, it means there was no opposition. And those of you who voted Temuna and Frontier, you're blaming them that they are sellout. No, they are not sellout. You be Mugu, you be Mumu. There were people, Jua, Endeli, people were more intelligent, you would have voted for them. But because you want to vote your countryman, then you blame them that they are sellout. To me, they are not sellout. The problem is about nepotism. Today, people talk about, oh, the one Anglophone candidate. I'm not interested in Anglophone candidate. I want a manifesto. If a Betty man can come and say, I want equal status, French institution, English institution in this side, French institution on this side, I will work with the Betty man. I don't go with tribes. Because we are in this problem today is because of nepotism. When they say Anglophone candidate, they know who they want to put there. They want to put somebody who comes from a particular tribe and region. That's Anglophone candidate. When Anglophone have got different ethnicities. Before they say, If they want to say, if I wanted an Anglophone candidate, for example, I would say, do you want to, we have a debate, we need Anglophone candidate, we need about 10 or 15 of them. We have this debate, we'll talk about economic, we'll talk about Anglophone problem, we'll talk about health, taxation. If you want to participate, send it, then they will come all the Anglophone, maybe 15. Then the people will select based on seeing them debating. That's how you select somebody. But when you people, you're using this, your 1966 style, by kicking people out like Dr. Endeli, oh, they want us to join Nigeria, and you're doing the same thing. You want to be in a group, Anglophone candidate. There will be no Anglophone candidate. If you want to be an Anglophone candidate, go and stand as a member of parliament. Let them vote you first. When they vote you as a member of parliament, that's the beginning of selection. It means your constituency have selected you. If you have never won an election, don't come and tell me that you want to be a president. Go and start from mayor, councillor, MP. That's how you do it. You cannot spend your whole life. Nobody have ever elected you. You want to be a president. That's rubbish. We are not interested in that. We are focusing on what? Local and parliamentary election. The same people again. After they have failed, the Anglophones, I'm talking about Anglophone. After they failed us, they saw Aijo changing everything, changing the constitution. But because they were in a comfortable position, their family, they were doing well, they were enjoying themselves, they stayed in that position for more than 45 years. When they were no longer in that position, now they started grumbling. I met them, and they told me, I met Pamuna, I met Pa Foncha. They told me what was going on. But because they were not courageous at that time to resign, because they were having the benefit at the time, that's what Anglophones, they do. They are not different from those greedy politicians in La République. Most Anglophones. Who is there in territorial administration? It's Atanganji, it's an Anglophone. Who is there in the UN? Who is there? It's young Philemon, it's an Anglophone. But you people don't see that one. In 1992, when we started multipartyism, Fundi was who? An Anglophone is what? CPDM party. He stood against Pahachide Achu. But if it's small mayor in Boya, small mayor, that's the one they were fighting. But you don't see a minister of territorial administration for the whole La République and British Council. You people don't see it. You pay a blind eye. If it was a Kema, a small mayor for Boya, not even for Fako, you people were fighting a Kema. Ekema was not important, it's just Boya, small mayor. But you people are not fighting Minister of Territorial Administration for whole La République and British Cameroon. You people are not fighting Yam Philemon for whole La République du Cameroon. We know all these things. British Cameroon National Party, we are straightforward, we are clean, we have probity, we have integrity. We want equality and justice for everyone. If you can insult Lake Ekema, there was a mayor somewhere, insult all the other mayors too. If you want equality, when you arrested Late Frundi, Fon of So, Cardinal Tumi, they were free. When Sakwe, his head was chopped up in Guzan, Mola Etambi, killed in Bamenda, this or Mola Bond, you kill all these people, abduct these chiefs. But when you people, if you want equality, I'm against killing of any type. I've often been that. I'm a non-violent activist. But I'm saying, when people do selective justice, then we want to fight La République. I wonder if some of you know what you're fighting for. The reason we have political parties is because we are different. So if you have the same political ideology, form a political party, then people will join that your ideology. That's how you do it. Don't call people blackleg. Blackleg is an English word. Open your dictionary or enabler. Look what it means. Don't use words that you don't know their meaning. If somebody have never been in an organization with you, it cannot be blackleg. Blackleg is somebody that you have an agreement to do something, then the person, maybe the person run away. My standards are very high. Some of you mistake activism and war. Activism is somebody who wants political and social changes. But some of you fight your war. You sit in your comfort zone, armchair like me, and asking people to be killing each other. If you want to fight war, go there and fight. Go to Yaoundé. When you reach Yaoundé, if you don't know the where Etude is, I will describe it. Once as you go there, you remove Paul Biya from power in a today, you will take over British Cameroon and La Republic. Simple. So why do you go around harassing people? Look at our beautiful part, some of the parts in the Cameroon. Maybe for the next 20 years, we'll never go there again. Why? Because you people have handed our land to criminals. I made this clear 8 years ago. The videos are there. I made it clear. We have been fighting in the Cameroons. I used to protest. We used to fight for SCNC, Southern Cameroon Youth League, all in Cameroon. Mr. Biya was not beating us. They were not torturing us. How come that today, in 2024, people cannot protest anymore? Because people who don't know how to fight, they don't have the dignity, they don't understand the rules of war and what, they came inside now. And because we have GoFundMe today, people can contribute money today. Anything that money comes inside, it spoils everything. Once as money is inside. When we used to fight, in the 1990s, I used to spend my money, transport, go to Ngembo, go to this place, go to Bali, go to different parts. It was my money. Nobody have ever given me money for activism or for what I've been doing ever since. Nobody have given me a penny. It's my money because it's my conviction. Because when people are safe, when you're fighting for just and equal society, you don't need people to give you money. I use my money. Nobody have ever said, Metro Listener, take this money and do this for what you're doing. I take my time, my money, because I believe in what I'm doing. Boya University did not just appear like that. We fought for it. And today, you have a lot of teachers there who are fighting against me. You have students who have gone through Boya, they're against me. Instead of them to say, oh, Metro, Mola, thank you for what you people did. Before, people used to go to Nigeria, go write jam and do those things. If not of people like yourself, we wouldn't have been able to go to the university. But they look at me like an enemy. Somebody who gave you GC, somebody who gave you multi-party, gave you GCE board. In the UK, I would have been a hero. My statue would have been somewhere in London. If what I did in the Cameroons, if it was done in the United Kingdom, they would have had my statue in central London. But in the Cameroons, we don't appreciate. We have only Romos upon Romos. But at the end of the day, most of you are doing what I used to do when I was a teenager. We have moved on. Today is political party. There is no need to use so-called war when there's an alternative. When you can have a minor party like British Cameroon National Party, all the energy and the resources you're spending on a war that will go nowhere, we start planning for 2026 election. Then we take most of the seats in Northwest and Southwest region, British Cameroon. Once as we take that seat, we don't need Mr. Biya's opinion. People have taken that seat. Different political parties have taken those seats before. Different. CPDM have won it. UNDP have won it. SDF have won it. Liberal Democrat of Molanjo have won it. We can win the seats of British Cameroon. The day we start taking the seat in Northwest and Southwest British Cameroon, that is the day you start smelling independence. There is no political party in the Cameroons, that La République, CPDM, they are afraid of British Cameroon National Party. They are afraid of the ideas. Most of you, you can keep on doing what you're doing in Northwest and Southwest and what? Killing your own people. For the next 50 years, La République doesn't care. Look at what is happening in Gaza. Look at Myanmar. Look at Syria. Look at Iraq. If you fight for 50 years, the Western country, so far as United Kingdom, Europe is safe, America is safe, they don't care about you. You people can be fighting each other. They'll be sending you a humanitarian aid. This, that's what they'll be doing for you people. You can be fighting each other. That's what you people are doing. Killing each other. These people, they don't care. They saw what happened in Rwanda. 100 days, almost 1 million people were killed. Until the day you people of Africa, you understand that the West, they don't have your interest. That's the day you understand. You start fighting like me. You don't need permission from Donald Trump, from Britain, to win the seats. The Irish people, they knew that they wanted to fight. They were fighting Britain. They knew they would not succeed. They used all the arms. At the end of the day, they created a political party. That's what gave them independence. Northern Ireland, they want to join Ireland. They have been fighting for decades. They created a political party. This year, they had the majority. They have 10 to 5-year plan to ask for a referendum to join Ireland. Same with Catalan, same with Quebec. Today, we have a cut and paste ideology. I don't see why, because we can make money by kidnapping for ransom, attacking our people. If you're bold enough, tell the people to stop that thing you call war. It's not war to me because you're killing your own people. We can do civil disobedience without killing people. But when there's civil disobedience, if somebody has his emergency, the person is free. Don't kill the person. I've said this. I'm the first person who call these people who they call themselves that they are separatists. I'm the first person I call them criminal. Today people are calling them. When you commit a crime, you are a criminal. If La République military or what, they torture people, they are criminals. So I call a spade a spade. Whether you're from British Cameroon or you're from La République du Cameroun, a crime is a crime. The government of La République, most of what they are doing, they are a criminal syndicate. They steal money, they are corrupt. Mr. Biya have put most of his government officials in prison. They are criminals. Some people, they are criminals, they call themselves government. What's a government? A group of people who have been elected to run a country. But do they run the country? No. What do? They embezzle money. They torture citizens. That's criminality. It's not governing a country. The constitution is clear what they should do. Don't torture people. You have to protect them, safety, security, all those things. Do they do it? No. What do? Torture people, embezzle money, corruption. That's what criminality. So sometimes we mistake a criminal syndicate to a government. A government can be a criminal syndicate. When you commit crime, it's criminality. I don't need to define what's a crime to you. If you torture somebody, it's a crime. If you take bribe, it's corruption or what is crime. So we have a criminal syndicate in the Cameroon. So ladies and gentlemen, I came here today to look at a review of the Anglophone problem. So if you go you keep on saying, oh, the war have gone out for 8 years. War have gone out there have been war in other places for more than 50 years. You are the losers. But today, if we started 1 MP, 2 MP, 3 MP, 4 MP, councillors, we start taking it from CPDM. We say we are not going to Yaoundé. We need our own parliament. We need our own English system. They will have no choice. It is in our hands. If you think Western people or Donald Trump will come and talk for you, they will never do that. When Donald Trump opened the books, oh, I need this CDC raw material to make sure that I fix my country or manufacture this. I need banana timber from Cameroon, and Mr. Biya is giving them the timber. Why do they want you there? They look at their interests. That's how it works. Interests. They look at their interests. Donald Trump wants the American economics to do well. So if Mr. Biya is giving all the things that he wants, why do they need you? They don't need you. Mr. Biya is selling the country to them. Europeans, they get what they want, gold, diamond. So they don't need you. That is why they colonize us. That is why they enslave us. That is why they promoted apartheid, to get our resources. Mr. Biya is giving them. So the only way you can survive and have equal status is to follow the ideology of British Cameroon National Party. Let's start getting ready. Look for candidates who have integrity and probity to stand for the next local election and parliamentary election. Once as we have most of the 35 seats, freedom have come. That's how you do it. There is no other way. As you people sit there, you say you are fighting war in some parts of British Cameroon. Who is gaining? La République is gaining. Central African Republic have been having war. The president is still there. They still live their life. So war doesn't help any person. If you want to fight a war that you'll be able to go to Yaoundé. So fast you cannot go to Yaoundé. Some of you cannot even cross Kombu. You cannot cross Kombu. You say you're fighting war. Cross Kombu and touch one Bamileke mandate. They will beat you guys. They have done it before. So you already ended your war inside your own land by stealing from your people, making places insecure. Guna mugu don't too much. Sometimes look yourself in the mirror and say, oh, we don't make mistake, and look back. Because all this thing you call war is waste of time. You don't need 1 year or 2 years to prepare for election. If you people say, let's come together and start focusing, strategizing, or how to have most of the MP in 2026, I will join you people. I will join any person who say, how can we strategize to get all the seats in Northwest and Southwest, majority, not even or majority. We start planning now, we look for resources, we start campaigning, having money, look for people who know we can trust to stand there. If we say, let's come together on that basis, I will work with everyone. But if you want to come together, you don't know the purpose. The purpose is to do what La République is doing. Torture people, harassing people, kidnapping for ransom, raping our women and children. Then you don't know the value of British Cameroonian. So ladies and gentlemen, this has been a political broadcast, the only political party in the Cameroon that scrutinizes and holds the government to account. Anybody can say opposition. Opposition is not standing for just about standing for election. Opposition knows you master the economy, understand how the country is being run, understand that the Cameroon is still under French control and how can we come out from that French control. You have to understand all those things and look for strategy. And British Cameroon National Party is working for that. We can tell Mr. Biya, oh, Mr. Biya, we need ABC, federalism or independence. Mr. Biya have no power. They are being controlled by Mr. Macron. And the only way Mr. Macron cannot fight us, control us, is by us to get ready and take most of the seats in Northwest and Southwest British Cameroon. And that's what British Cameroon National Party stands for, equal status. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a party political broadcast by myself, Maitre Mola Alex Ndiveli Singer, the leader of British Cameroon National Party. Have a great day. Tout Joseph, officier à Los Angeles. Comment pouvez-vous nommer un individu à un poste pendant 25 ans? 20 ans directeur de vous partagez le pouvoir avec vos familles. Vous partagez le pouvoir avec vos amis. Vous partagez le pays avec